Hey guys, this is Living with Perks. Today we are going to be doing a album review for a new record by RiverKinn. RiverKinn hooked us up with his latest album. It has 14 tracks. It's a multi-genre album. There's a variety of different sounds and everything on here.
The thing that I really like about him is that no matter what he's singing, you can tell that it's him because he's got just such a distinctive tone, and his voice is just, I think it's incredible.
The album he has is titled The Self-Sabotage of Love, and it's kind of split up in two different parts. The first half is basically someone that's in denial, and then the other half of it is the acceptance. It obviously tells a story.
I feel like the whole album from start to finish has like just a really great flow to it, even though there are some differences in the sounds. I enjoyed it a lot.
The first song on the album, it's very atmospheric and has like an outdoorsy type sound to it. You got like the woodland creatures in the background and stuff. So
that was just the instrumental, right?
Yeah. So it's an instrumental track, and then it goes right into his next song, which has the classic Star Fox clip.
Which, that just excites me, like, every time that I hear it. I'm just like, yes, a song that I'm gonna love.
And that goes back to my interview I did with him, is he says whenever he throws that clip in his songs, it's like, it's a RiverKinn song. So that's a nice little stamp he puts on his music. The song is called Why Did I Even Bother? It starts with the clip and then it goes into these vibes that reminds me of Mansion in My Nightmare, his previous album. A lot of pianos and horror vibes to it. It's a great starting track, and it gives the listener an idea of what's to come throughout the rest of the album. I really like the song Hate Me If You Need To with SpaceMan Zack. It has an electronic sci-fi action feel, and it personally reminds me of old school Hollywood Undead. It just kind of has like the...
Yeah, I can see that.
The mellow, like, horror type vibe, and they both sing very well together. Personally, I think it's kind of hard to differentiate their voices in this song.
But I think that's a really good thing, because sometimes you put two people together, and because they sound so different, it's hard to really enjoy it when you're like, oh, so-and-so's singing this part, or so-and-so's doing this part. Like, it's so nice to just like be able to like have them blend so stinking well together. Right.
Yeah, it's a good duo that I could definitely see making more music in the future. A song that we both enjoyed was I Just Wanted to Keep You Accountable. It starts with some like dark, like string type vibes.
And so you think it's going to be something completely different than what it ends up being, and then once like the next beat kicks in, like it just makes me smile like instantly, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is so great.
Yeah, it goes into a upbeat pop type sound, but again, with RiverKinn being so versatile and everything, he's able to show all these different genres of music, and it just shows a true talent. This song, it almost kind of reminds me of The Weeknd.
Yeah.
So
a little bit.
Yeah. I don't want to compare him to other artists, but
it's
there's
just those things
things
that come to mind when like you hear certain sounds. So that's, I agree. I don't want to compare, because he's totally his own person and has his his own style and stuff. But as far as just like those beats or those sounds that you hear, you do kind of think about certain artists that maybe you have listened to in the past, or and I feel like we kind of did that through this entire album, is we were like, oh man, that reminds me of something we listened to when we were in high school, or whatever. But it was, it just was exciting all around.
With this song, it changes like 3 times throughout. It starts with the dark strings intro, goes into that pop like upbeat feel, and then it ends with like a full-on like dubstep. So it was a really enjoyable song. I personally feel like it could have went on for an additional couple minutes.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'd be happy with it. But that's one thing to note too, is like the songs are just the right amount of length. They're not too long. They're not extremely short. It packs a punch, and it gets right to the point of what the message is. This next song you really liked.
Yes.
It goes into his acoustic stuff. We weren't doing Black Magic.
Yeah, total favorite of mine. I love how like vulnerable his voice sounds in it. But again, it's that RiverKinn sound. So, I mean, he could sing just about anything and I'd probably enjoy it just because I do. I like his sound. I like his tones. Really, I do. And I love music in general, but like when I find something that I really like and it's something that I can, pop in and listen to over and over and over again, like that's huge for me because there's not very many albums that I feel like I can do that with. And so far, I mean, this one has been on repeat since we got it. So
yeah. So that kind of goes back into when we first reacted to RiverKinn, as we did a reaction to one of his acoustic tracks. And that's something that's really cool about him too, is he actually plays the guitar.
Yeah.
And all the guitar you hear throughout this album is him playing it. It's not pre-recorded on software or a loop or anything like that. It's stuff that he actually recorded himself. Right after the acoustic track, it gets into that second half of this album. It goes into the song 302, tells the story about heartbreak, and it really shows that there's a recovery and acceptance going on. And then it gets to this back half of the album, which next track is Back to Basics, which is a complete like rap song. You really like this one too.
I do. It makes me smile again, like just because I feel like, I mean, not very many people can pull off so many different types of music, and like he went from acoustic to something completely different to then like kind of freestyle rapping sounds, and I just think that's awesome that he can do that. And I go back to like when I was a kid listening to the old school rap, because I'm old like that. So so it just made me happy because I like listening to his lyrics and the way he presents his lyrics in a way that maybe you don't necessarily relate to them, but you hear his story. So then it's not just words. It's actually things that are telling a story, just to saying something that maybe somebody can relate to or find something in it that may be able to help them in some sort of way. So it's nice to listen to it.
Right after that, he goes into like this electronic type song with this girl Jess. He's done some collaborations with her, and this song really brings me back to our high school days because it reminds me of Shiny Toy Guns.
We sat here and when we listened to it, we were like, God, what does this remind us of? And finally it clicked and we were like, oh my gosh. So of course we play back and listen to it again, and like that's what it is. We found something in it that reminded us of us growing up, I guess.
Yeah, it's a nice blend of male rock vocals, and then you got the female vocals in it, and I could totally see it as something that could be played on the radio.
Oh, absolutely.
It's definitely a hit song in my book.
Well, and let me just say, she has an incredible sounding voice as well. Like, I could listen to her all day, so.
Yeah, another artist to check out. Right after that, we got Invitation to a Funeral. And this is actually one of the more depressing songs on the album. First hearing it, I felt like I was going to tear up.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thinking, man, I hope RiverKinn's okay.
Yeah, like, no. It made me sad. But again, it may be something that somebody may be able to relate to.
The back half of the album all being about recovery and acceptance. I mean, I think that's a good place to put that song. And it goes into these other tracks that just brings back the rock or the upbeat vibe to the album. You Didn't Have Nightmares When We Were Together was one of the songs that we both really enjoyed. It's very upbeat and pop sounding, but it's in a good way. I mean, when I talk about pop music, it's actually one of my favorite genres, believe it or not.
I mean, this one, like, as soon as I read the title, I was like, I think I'm gonna like this one. Like, I was excited just based on the title, which, I mean, I think that's kind of neat that you can read these things and be like, you know what, this might be a good one. And then it ends up being a really great one that we both just really, really liked.
I mean, we could talk about this album all day,
but
it's better to just listen to it and have it on repeat. Overall, it's a really good album, has a huge variety of sounds and genres in it. his lyrics show the vulnerability,
Yeah.
growth, and emotions and everything.
And that was what we talked about as soon as we finished and it was over. We just kind of sat here and I was like, I feel like this really just opened you up to a completely different, side of him. But you still know it's him. Like I said from the very beginning, is he has such an incredible, unique sound. To just hear those kind of vulnerable lyrics and things like that, it was nice. It was a really great album.
So it is an album to definitely check out. Again, we're going to have it listed in the description. Overall, like, I'm really proud of what he's done and how far he's come. He's been doing music for years, and I really don't think he's getting the recognition he deserves, but it's going to come his way sooner or later.
Yeah.
So that was our review of the album. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We don't do a whole lot of reviews or reactions to entire albums. We do the reaction videos to whatever's on YouTube, but RiverKinn said he wanted us to check this out and do a review for it, and I'm happy he did. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, subscribe to Living with Perps, check out RiverKinn's page and listen to all his music he has, and thanks for watching.
Yes, thanks for watching.
Alright, so we have our 12-year-old and our 8-year-old here. They're fans of RiverKinn also. And overall, what did you guys think of the new album?
It was great.
Cool. It was great and cool.
Amazing.
That's right. Music the whole family enjoys.
That's right.
And we'll be singing it in the car together.
Singing it? We already have been singing it.
Yeah.
Booyah. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time.